Here I am on the Friday, days after the Bondi Massacre, and only now I find myself able to speak in front of a camera. In fact, I think this has been me since, especially October the 7th. Back in the day, I was doing a lot of videos, as some of you might be aware. I even had a podcast over 20 years ago, one of the old timers, as it were. But in recent times, it's been much harder for me to do videos like this because I kind of feel like my emotions, hopefully I can keep them in check, and hopefully I'm going to be able to keep my emotions in check now. It's much easier for me to type after I've taken a few deep breaths, but I feel like I need to say something in front of the camera here because what happened in Bondi, if October the 7th, like October the 7th definitely was something that I still can't believe, we all can't believe actually happened. But as an Australian that's lived in Israel half my life, this Bondi massacre is sort of like the poison cherry on the poison cake. It's like a double dose of I can't believe it. When I say I can't believe it, part of me can believe it because I have been following anti-Semitism, Jew hatred, terror support for so long, and especially the last 2 years. As shocking as it is, there is a certain level of predictability to it. So I can't believe it, but I can believe it, if you know what I mean. Because I follow Australia very, very closely. But let me just say a few things. One, I just hope and pray that those who are still injured will be okay. I pray for the souls of those who lost their lives. Well, their lives weren't lost. They were murdered. They were taken from them. And may God avenge their blood. Now, there are people in Australia, so-called pro-Palestinians. I never use the term pro-Palestinian because there's no such thing. They are anti-Israel and anti-Jewish because these same people will not speak out, for instance, when Hamas are murdering Palestinian Arabs. They're not pro-Palestinian. That doesn't exist. They are anti-Jewish. They're anti-Jewish determination, self-determination in their homeland, because that's all Zionism is, self-determination in our historical homeland. And I'm going to call out some people now, like Nasser Mashni, who is the face of Israel hatred in Australia, the face of, let's say, pro-terrorism in Australia. And Nasser Mashni, if you're listening to me right now, if someone forwards you this video, you know I've been after you for so long. I've been exposing you. I've exposed your criminal record, your dad's terrorism. And now, after this terror attack, you started off with the old, love is all we need bullshit. But it's you and your protests and the hatred that is there. The hatred that is at the protests. I've heard some people say, listen, they're outliers. The pro-Palestinian movement in Australia is about peace, they're just about Palestinian Arab rights. But the anti-Semitism is not the norm. They're the outliers. No, absolutely not true. I've been following this. It's a feature and not a bug. And you, Nasser Mashni, Hush Tayyip, all the others, the leaders of this so-called movement, more like a bowel movement, if you ask me, you are partly responsible for the murders in Bondi. Yeah, you heard me right. You've incited hatred, globalized the intifada from the river to the sea. All these chants that you've made, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, you've actually come out with some pretty anti-Semitic things as well. But let me tell you now, and you can try to sue me if you want. I will come up against you with all my might. And not just me, I will have lawyers and the Jewish community behind me. You are partly responsible for this murder and mayhem. You've created the climate. Don't try to gaslight us now. Sure, 80 years ago, the anti-Semites were gassing us. Now they're gaslighting us, and it's the likes of you who are doing so. Sure, there's far-right anti-Semitism. We have to pay our heed to that. But the more pernicious anti-Semitism is that of the left in bed with the Islamic fundamentalists. And that's what we're seeing now. And you guys shouldn't have much in common. The far left and Islamic fundamentalists? I mean, come on, talk about like strange bedfellows. But like there's a glue, which is how you stick together, and that's Jew hatred. And that's what we've seen in all its bloody glory in Australia right now and elsewhere in the world. I'm going to make sure with my dying breath that I expose you. Mark my words. And I've been doing this well before most people, dare I say it, and especially since October the 7th in Australia. I've exposed so many doctors, professionals, they can't handle it. And I'm going to continue. I promise you, I'm going to continue. I promise you to the Jew haters, National Mashni, all the others, I'm going to continue doing this. But I'm also promising my fellow Jews in Australia, I'm going to promise you, I have your back. I will not see my birthplace devolve like this. I won't see it. I won't see my homeland here in Israel, where I've lived for half my life, devolve either. We are in the fight of our lives. It's a clash of civilizations. It's a clash of values. It's not a clash between Muslims and the rest of the world, because I have plenty of Muslim allies who are on our side. They're Zionists. I met some this week. So let's not forget that, and let's not mistake ourselves to think that it's all Muslims who are against us. It's not. There are fundamentalists, but there are plenty of great Muslims who are on our side, because, the Quran actually mentions that this land belongs to the Jews. So it's only the bad Muslims in every sense of the word who are against us. I promise you, again, you're not going to get away with this. You are not going to get away with this. Terrorists, you're not going to get away with this. And those who are inciting them and now pretending they are, for peace and harmony, full fucking shit. You're not. You help create the climate for this. I will continue to expose you. I will make your lives a misery. And not just me. Because what you've done with this terror attack, you see, and your responses to the terror attack, is you've awakened the silent majority of Australians. I know the silent majority of Australians. They're good people. They're about freedom for all, true blue, a fair go for everyone. And what you did by, shooting up people on Bondi Beach, you made a huge mistake. Huge mistake. And when I say you, I'm not talking about just the two terrorists and their supporters. I'm talking about those who are pretending they're against them, but have incited this. Again, NASA, Mashni, and the like. You made a huge mistake. Go try to ruin Carols by Candlelight again this year. Christmas is around the corner. Go try to ruin their festival, the Christian festival. You've already ruined Hanukkah for us. Try to ruin it for non-Jewish people who are decent people. And that's the thing. To all the people listening to this, and please share this video, Jew and non-Jew alike, we're all on the same side. If you believe in freedom, democracy, and a fair go for all, you're on my side and I'm on your side. Those who are going to butcher people under let's say, the fake cause of the Palestinians, it's a fake cause. That cause has created more murder and mayhem than any other cause than I can remember in modern history. So I implore all freedom-loving people, let's get together, let's be on the same side, and that's the side of freedom and democracy and upholding the West. And that's the side of Israel, by the way, because we do uphold the West. You'll notice that every anti-Israel rally and protest, they're burning the flag of Australia, if it's in Australia, or the flag of the US, if it's in the US, or the flag of whatever country it is, because they're against all nation states, because they call them, settler colonialist states. They don't believe in the rule of law. We all need to band together and get rid of this threat, get rid of this horrible, disgusting threat. When I say get rid of, I mean fight against it. That's what I had to say today before the Jewish Shabbat. Again, I pray for the victims. I pray for those who are still injured, including my friend Arson. And I pray that every freedom-loving person heeds my words and joins this fight. This is a fight for the West. This is a fight for Judeo-Christian values. Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend, everyone.